DJ Kevin. Oh my god, Kevin Buddy over here. Sorry, I just came back from my other channel. What's up, you guys? Buddy over here, and welcome back to Video File Freak. And this live stream is the topic that we're going to talk about: physical media and projectors over TVs. Um, yeah, you could put your 2 cents in if you guys want to go there. My 2 cents is that you guys should actually buy physical media over streaming for some obvious reasons. Jesus, Jiminy fucking Christ, I understand. Um, so, I mean, physical media is the best way to get your best picture quality and sound quality. You really think that Netflix that you're gonna have the best sound quality? No. You really think that Netflix is gonna give you true 4K? No. These things are just bound to have the best quality ever, ever, ever. Like, I'm not gonna get rid of my physical media collection because why am I gonna do that? Like this collection, what I have back here, I'd rather have this than live streaming. Yes, live streaming is actually good for here and there, like digital copies. Yeah, I understand it. I understand why people love live streaming, because number one, it's convenient. Number two, you don't have to have a shelf behind you. I just don't feel like streaming is actually a lot of people is going back to this because streaming is starting to get very expensive. If you add up the prices to all of that streaming services that you guys actually do subscribe to, having this is a lot cheaper than subscribing to like Netflix or Disney Plus or Hulu or whatever. Anything, anything. These things are absolute cheaper. Now, if you combine everything that I have in my collection, yeah, that's probably the same amount as buying, being subscribed to whatever. Like, for an example, like, this is the reason why that I don't like streaming. It's not because I have my physical collection behind me. Some of these movies, I betcha, is not even on streaming services. Physical media is definitely the way to go. Now, if you guys don't have the room or the shelves, then okay, I understand. But physical media is one of those things like you got to have in your life. Like, streaming services are getting way too stupidly high. Like, I can't believe how high streaming services are actually is. Like, if you compare it to, if you combine all the fucking subscriptions that probably you guys have, like Disney Plus with Hulu and then Netflix, and the list goes on and on and on. All that is probably the same amount as you're paying for your cable. This is a lot cheaper. Now you get better picture quality, better sound reproduction. You get lossless audio. You get the best picture quality because with streaming, it compresses like the shit. Like, you think that you're watching a 4K stream on Netflix? You are absolutely not streaming 4K on Netflix. The little bar on the top of your TV saying that it's taking 4K, but it's not giving you the proper 4K signal. It's crazy. It's just 4K is, I mean, I understand 1080p. 1080p is very, very easy. 1080p is like right in the downpour of compression. Like, 1080p is just okay, cool. I mean, 1080p is easy to compress. I mean, 1080p, you rarely even lose any compression with 1080p. 720p is 10 times better. Like, you rarely even lose any compression. But 4K, you have to compress the shit out of that. Plus, you need a faster internet. You need a faster bandwidth. You need a faster cat cable. You need everything to be up to spec for that 4K. Why go to 4K? Because of the picture quality, the HDR, the color reproduction. Is that the reason why people go to 4K, or is it because it looks much clearer than the 1080p? For me personally, 1080p is okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that 1080p is actually pretty decent than 4K? I understand 4K movies. I understand that. But, I understand 4K movies. All right? I understand that these things exist. I'm touching it. I'm seeing it. Look, it's actually a fucking disc. But they're compressing so much of 4K even on these discs. The compression is so heavily compressed to fit on a 4K disc. Is because I can see you clear. Now, is that what you want 4K for? Is it 4K? If you think that 4K is just for the clarity, then okay, that's what you want. But the reason why that I went to 4K is not because of the resolution. Resolution 4K, cool, awesome. Do I really need it? Do you really need it? What I think 4K is good, 4K, the format, the idea of 4K, for me, is not about the clarity. What I think 4K is really good for is that special thing that's called HDR, high dynamic range. That's why I think 4K really, really stands out above 1080p, 720p, fucking 480p, duh. But if you actually look at it, that's the only good point about 4K. And plus, with Dolby Atmos and, DTSX and all this other audio formats and stuff like that, I think 4K is really, really good for just for the HDR. Not for the highest. Samsung TV looks way better with it. And that's another thing. The display. Your screen, your display. Your screen is the window of the visuals that you want. Right? I have an LG. I have an LG 4K TV. Fucking thing is phenomenal. Right? So, yeah, it's about the manufacturers too. I mean, manufacturers, LG, Samsung, great TV manufacturers. Until you get to the Walmart TVs and you get really fucking disappointed. But, yeah, it's all about the screen and and it's about the screen technology too. Do you have LCD? Do you have OLED? Do you have QLED? Do you have it? The technology is going way too fast for some people that they cannot fork out a new OLED TV every single, like most manufacturers always say, buy a new TV every single 5 years or 10 years. We don't have, me and you or anybody else does not have that fucking crazy ass money to buy a new TV every single 4 or 5 years. So for me, I'm sticking with LCD. That's what I have right here. It's an LCD, 4K, LG TV. Do I need OLED? There's some advantages and disadvantages about OLED. You might think that, OLED has like the best advantages in the world. No, OLED has some disadvantages too. Like, what's that thing that everybody bitches about? Burn-in. I'm not dealing with that shit. I know there's stuff in software so burn-in doesn't happen, but you're still gonna get burn-ins either way with an OLED. I'm much happier with LCD. So, I mean, this format, it's cool. I mean, yeah, I'm talking about this in 2025, knowing this came out in 2016. Yeah, this format, it's cool. Do I need it? Do you need it? My standpoint of view, if you guys want that HDR quality, sure, upgrade. If it's about the resolution, like, do you really see the differences between 4K and 1080p? Does anybody really see the difference between 4K, native 4K, to 1080p? I certainly can't. Look at this. I got fucking glasses, for heaven's sake. So, What if you want? What if I want you instead? Okay, that's weird. Okay, let's move on. So, do I really need to buy 4K Blu-rays right now? Knowing I got a 4K TV and a 4K Blu-ray player, which is awesome. It's great. Do I need it? No, not really. No, I mean, I could live without it. I mean, I got 1080p everywhere. It's pretty cool. It's fine. Is this a waste of money? Um, it really depends on how they transfer the movies. So, for an example, if you have Halloween on Blu-ray, right? Blu-ray, Halloween, and then you upgrade it to 4K, and then you don't really have the best visuals or the best eyesight. Is this really worth it? Some people say yes. Some people say no. Some people say, what the fuck is the point of this format? Is it really worth it? Like I said, they're all, for me, it's kind of worth it when it comes to the HDR, high dynamic range, the colors, the reproduction. Perfect. Great. But for the resolution itself, this is kind of fucking a little bit overkill. If you really have bad eyesight, this is actually really overkill. Let's not talk about 8K. 8K is definitely overkill. Like, I don't know why that 8K is even a freaking thing. Most people cannot even see 4K, let alone freaking 8K. But if you actually think about let's go back in history. Let's go back in time. Right? Let's go back in time where 1080p was coming in. Yeah, great resolution. 1080p, 1920 by 1080. People call it 2K, which not really. It's not really 2K, but most manufacturers call it 2K. Yeah, going from 480p to 1080p, that was a big step. Like nobody could lie that was an absolutely humongous step from 480p to 1080p. Cool. Now from 1080p to 4K, yeah, I mean, sure, I could see a little bit of a difference, but it's not going to be anything that's going to blow my socks off, right? For an example, like some transfers, like this Halloween versus this Halloween. So I have two different versions of Halloween, right? I got the Scream Factory version and the Lionsgate version. So yeah, there are two differences. You can actually see the differences between the two. I mean, with eyesight, if you really have bad eyesight, just stick with 1080p. If you really have bad eyesight, just stick with 720p. That's all I gotta say. I got a 720p projector right there anyway. So, resolution, it doesn't really bother me as much, but I really don't think that 4K is really worth it today. Still, it's just weird. It's just like, it's not... Is it worth it? You guys gotta think about it. Is it really worth it? I got a 4K player and trying to get a good 4K collection of movies. Well, if you want to get into the 4K stuff and, 4K, definitely where it's at. This might be a little pricey. This is a Scream Factory version of Halloween. This might be a little pricey at first, but this will definitely help out your 4K collection if you're going to start off a good 4K collection, because this actually has a new 4K scan from the original camera negative. So yeah, if you want to start off with your 4K collection, this will be actually a good one. And the reason why I'm throwing Sully in there is that, so start off your 4K collection, Halloween by Scream Factory, not the other brand, Scream Factory. I heard that Scream Factory is not going to be around that much anymore, but I mean, get yourself one. And the reason why I'm throwing Sully in there is because this was actually filmed with a 4K camera. So this was actually shot with a true 4K camera. 4096 down, 2160p down across. Well, 4096 across, 2160 down. This was actually filmed on that resolution. This was actually the best film that is actually shot in true 4K. Now, if you look at other films that's behind me, those are actually compressed movies. They're not real 4K. But this right here, this is actually shot in a true 4K camera. So this is why I recommend this one, because Scream Factory actually took the original camera negative and then they actually did some 4K restoration. So this, I highly recommend. This is actually filmed in true 4K. So those are actually the two movies I actually recommend you or anybody out there that want to start a 4K collection, which a lot of people should already have 4K collections, but if your 1080p TV died but you want to transfer the 4K, okay, I understand that. Yeah, these two films you got to have in your collection. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, to start these off, I highly recommend these two. So yeah, I mean, I want to hear what you guys have in your collection. I want to read some of the comments that you guys have in your collection. Like, do you guys agree of the films that I choose to start off your 4K collection? Or do you guys have other films that you guys recommend to start off your own 4K ultra high definition Blu-ray collection? Now, the terminology 4K, that's where everybody gets stumped too. Why is it called 4K, but the companies call it UHD? It's technically called ultra high definition, but calling it ultra high definition or UHD, that's kind of a tongue twister. So if you actually think about it, 4K ultra HD, the terminology 4K, when you see this on top of the box, if you actually see a 4K and this right here, right here, right here, that's just short for ultra high definition because people can't say the fucking word. So yeah, I mean, 4K, I mean, how I see it, it's good. It's a good format. I just don't think it's really worth it for the resolution. I think it's actually worth it for the high dynamic range. Now, here's the thing that you guys also want to know with HDR. HDR is a great, 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 great format. Color gamut format, should we say. HDR is great, but you don't need to buy a 4K TV to have HDR. Now, when you guys are actually thinking to yourself, well, 4K HDR comes hand in hand, right? You can actually buy a 1080p TV with HDR. You can actually buy a 1080p projector with HDR. Because these manufacturers know that some of us can't see 4K because of our fucking eyesight is not that great. But we want to keep the 1080p. That's why these manufacturers are actually giving you 1080p TV with HDR. Now that might sound weird because it's 4K HDR. 4K is when HDR was coming into town, but if you don't care about the resolution and you want to keep 1080p, there are 1080p HDR TVs out there. Just people just don't look at it. It's right in front of your face at fucking Walmart. It's right there. So yeah, let's turn to God and explain the whole Bible. God bless. Yeah, I'm sorry, we're not gonna We're not going to talk about God. I'm sorry. That's not what this channel is about. Like, if you want to talk about church, I bet you there's a lot of church channels out there that you could just pray forever. But in this channel, this is not. We're talking about physical medias here. We're talking about physical media, projectors, and TVs. Okay, which one? You know, we're not talking about God. God has nothing to do with this. But if you want to talk about God, now if you want to talk about God, bam, there you go. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Sorry, I had to throw that one in there. I thought that was fucking fun. I'm religious, but I'm not that freaking religious. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. Was that rude? Um, so yeah, you don't need 4K to have HDR. You can actually buy an 1080p TV, which HDR built into it, or projector. Projectors are definitely the way to go. Um, Dude, you could buy a cheap projector right now, real name brand off eBay for like $200-300. Why the hell not? I mean, you don't need to have the most. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a projector. I mean, this one's 720p. This bitch over here is 1080p. I think we all should know about that because I talk about these things a lot on my channel. Um, well, that's technically what my channel was based on, was projectors. Reviewing them and giving you guys a lowdown of all of them. So yeah, I mean, physical. Let's go back talking about physical media. Why you should keep them? Why keep this? Well, there are a few reasons, and I already talked about that earlier on this live stream. But whoever's tuning in, I'm going to give you guys the lowdown. Why have this and then just rely on streaming? Well, I understand if you're going to, take your phone on a holiday, whatever. Just, I'm gonna freaking go on Tubi, and then I go on Tubi, I want to watch a movie, then I go on Tubi, I just pick up the phone, then I start, freaking, doing this shit, Miami Vice is on a fucking Tubi. Sorry. Um, just keep scrolling down, 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 down. All right, I'll go to my stuff. Am I not signed in? Yippee, I'm not signed in. You guys got the gist. I'll keep scrolling, and be like, oh, you know what? I want to watch Elf. Fucking Spanish movies. My God. Let's just say, for an example, I don't know, pick something. 13th Ghost, right? I freaking put 13 Ghost, and then I press play, and then I start playing the film. Cool, right? This thing is absolutely freaking awesome. Yeah. See, I'm watching 13 Ghosts on my freaking phone. Whoopie fucky do. Actually, I might want to watch that later. I'm not gonna lie. So, I mean, streaming is cool. You take out your phone. You don't have to lug this crap around. You just take out your phone and then you go. I'm watching 13 Ghosts on my phone. How cool is that? Okay, it's cool when you don't really have your collection with you. But honestly, if you guys agree with me, I'd rather have this. Take out a disc and pop it in the player. I'd rather have this than this. I'm sorry. A lot of people may disagree with me, but... And then, put this back on the shelf. I want to watch a full restoration of Halloween because I definitely know that this ain't gonna be on live stream. Look at that. I have 3 discs. I got one that's 4K, regular 4K, and then the Blu-ray, which was regular Blu-ray, and then we have the Blu-ray with the color tinting. Look at that! Look at that! You definitely won't have that on freaking live stream, and I can tell you that you will never have a true 4K restoration of fucking Halloween. I can tell you that on fucking live stream. So whoever's doing live stream and ditching their freaking collection, you guys are whack. For that reason. These things will never die out. Now, maybe I shouldn't say never. Let's just throw this one out. Yeah, sure. Physical media. Who effing cares? My standpoint is you're paying a lot for your live streaming. You're paying a lot for streaming. And another point about streaming that I goddamn hate about is that they will take more movies out than they will put good movies in. Like if they take this out of streaming, where else are you gonna watch the movie? I have 2, which I already showed you. I already have 2 versions of the movie, right? You guys will probably, if you're actually watching this, you have a freaking collection too, right? So if you actually think about it logically, physical media is not dying. It's just declining. It's declining because everybody wants to go to streaming. Streaming's the best thing in the world. Sit down and... Alright. Alright, that's my movie. Click on, click, and then you play the movie. Cool. People just doesn't want to do this type of shit. Why? Why? Again, better visuals, better sound. I don't think that you will have Dolby Atmos in streaming. Now, if there's a streaming service that actually does Dolby Atmos, let me know in the comments. Comment on the bottom if I'm fucking wrong. But you won't have that. I have a collection, but they're all rated X. Oh, sex movies. Well, at least you're collecting physical media, right? So, less convenient scenes. CDs get scratched. Yeah, but they won't get scratched if you actually put them in the case. Now, yeah, I mean, these things are just, you keep them in a really, really good environment, you know, on the shelf. It won't get scratched up. It won't get freaking banged up, you know. These things will, I'm not saying these things will last forever. I mean, of course, they will be, what do they call that? Disc rot, you know. Yeah, of course. I mean, I never heard 4K disc rot yet. Probably if you guys have disc rot in your 4K releases, I really want to know because now I'm kind of really curious now. Sometimes when I put the CD in the box, it cracks and a ring of the CD. Yeah, okay, the jewel cases are a big pain in the ass. And you know what? A jewel case is actually a type of format too. It's a case format. Jewel cases are a big pain in the fucking dick. Let me show. Like, this is obviously a fucking bad idea, but, you know, I mean, yeah, jewel cases are nice. These things are fucking lovely, you know? Look at this. This is lovely. You know, where's the rest of the fucking case? Hello? These things are okay, this is a really, really old CD. I mean, this was made in, I don't know, fucking long time ago. And this is an overseas CD. Like, that's what's good about CDs. Like, they're not, you know, yeah. But, yeah. Jewel cases. These things are awesome. Fuck this shit. Take this, put it in the fucking sleeve. God damn. Yeah. But jewel cases was pretty innovative back in the day. I will have to give them that. But yeah, jewel cases. Yeah, who the fuck needs this? Just get yourself a fucking better case and put them in there. These things suck. Yeah, keep them in the binders. You know, I mean, CD binders. Do you know what? I actually watched a YouTube video that actually, it's just amazing how a YouTube channel will actually tell everybody like, YouTube CD binders. Yeah, we don't have those anymore. Why the fuck can I still buy them? Yeah, I mean, jewel cases. Pff, fuck, whatever. Um, yeah, those things suck. But yeah, I mean, the only good, solid jewel case I actually have in my collection, and plus, I don't just collect movies, I actually collect games too. You know, I collect games also. So, yeah, I have the original PS1 games, and. Oop, what this shit? Okay, sometimes I will have to admit, jewel cases, yeah, they're a pain in the ass. But, you know what, sometimes they hold up. Like, this game with, Demolition Derby 2. Watch this break on me on live. Okay, I guess not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these things are cool. This is 90s technology, or 70s, 80s technology. Yeah, yeah, I mean, they do kind of scratch the fuck out of it, but at the same time, it does keep the disc in. Fucking, I think this is the only reason why the PlayStation actually was a success in terms of the graphics and how it was in 3D. This is actually the reason why it actually won the war, is because of, it's just a CD jewel case. This one, on the other hand, probably may break on me. I guess not. Let's see. What about that thing that's like a flat circle on a stick? With a stick thing in the middle. Oh, gee. Okay, now you're talking about recordables. Those things are a fucking. I mean, you just have like this giant ass fucking tube with probably 1,000 discs in it, and then you want to just take one disc out, but you don't want to scratch the bottom layer because the bottom layer is, and then you just take it out, and all of a sudden it just scratches on you. What a fucking hassle. One thing I really don't miss about CDs is having to clean them. Yeah. That's why they make resurfacing kits. Um, you can actually buy like a machine where these things are actually could be resurfaced. Oh yeah, this one's just, yeah. You guys see that? Yeah. The brilliant part of compact disc. Oh boy. Yeah. So cleaning CDs are, yeah, it could be a pain in the butt. But at the same time, if you know how to do it right, you know how to do it right. You're supposed to do that, like that, not in a circle. Never mind. If anybody knows how to fucking clean the CD, leave it in the comments, because leave it in the comment of this live stream, because most people don't. And then some of their shit looks like that. So I hate this game anyway. That's why I don't care about it. It's just like that. And then we have shit like this too. If you close the thing way too fast. So yeah, I remember one time I took my CD to get clean at Blockbuster, and they actually made it worse. Yeah. Blockbusters back then, not just CDs, DVDs kind of have the same scenario too. Yeah, CDs are not really that great type of. It's great because it's digital. It's a digital format and stuff like that. We understand that CDs and DVDs are digital. We totally understand that. Thank you for the sub. I highly appreciate it. Um, oh, you're multitasking? What are you cleaning up the CDs? um, yeah. I mean, Blockbuster. When they clean up a DVD, then they're not gonna clean it up that well. I mean, I bet you the Blockbuster back then, had DVDs and CDs, but they still throw VHS tapes out there. I miss my collection. Yeah, so I bet you the kids are just like, oh, all I gotta do is just rewind and put the thing back in the case. Whoopie fucky do. And then when this DVD technology, this is a CD, I understand that. When DVDs came around, they're like, oh shit, what the hell are we gonna do with this? Oh, let's use a Brillo pad. Yeah. So, I mean, CDs are great, but they're so, I mean, I I got a few CDs laying around, they're not in the greatest condition, but um with the jewel case format, and you're collecting CDs, try to keep these in a good solid condition. Because after that you're just gonna be, your brain is gonna go dead. Um let's talk about another format now. UMD. What is UMD? Universal Media Disc. If you actually think about it, Universal Media Disc. Alright, Sony. Question for you. You name this format Universal Media Disc, right? I understand why. Small little disc. The size of an earring. No. Probably. What's so universal about this? I don't get it. What's so universal about this? Well, I'm going to tell you. Back when this format was launched, it was only going to be used for the PSP. Cool. PSP, great video game console. Handheld console. A lot of people get pissed off at me when I say video game console, a handheld console. It technically is a handheld video game console. People just gotta put that in their stupid head. UMD. Let's talk about this format for a little bit. Universal Media Disc. UMD. Why do they call it UMD? Does anybody know? Leave it in a comment if you guys know why they call it UMD, Universal Media Disc. For me personally, this could be only used on one device, so it's not really universal. Number two, yeah, it's a media disc. Okay, cool. That's just the one word that Sony came up with this format. Universal. Guys, if you work at Sony, probably none of you do, but if you know somebody that actually work at like a Sony store or has connections to Sony themselves, we all want to know that fucking specific question. Why is this called Universal Media Disc that could be only played on one fucking device? It just mind boggles me. It's cool format. It's small. Like, I mean, yeah, it's cute. But you can only play this on the PSP. So, Universal Media Disc, my ass. It should be called One Media Disc, because it can only be played on one fucking device. Or, here's my speculations on this. One speculation, I think that the UMD, you know, Universal Media Disc, the name, I think Sony was about to make other players to play this discs, but the format was so like a flop that they did not even make separate players. So I guess UMD was actually, the right name for it. But you actually think about it, if Sony wants this format to continue back in the early, let's just say 2004, whatever, then they should have made their own standalone players for this. But no, they just want to rely on the PSP to play these. So, I mean, maybe they will, maybe, just maybe, they were about to create a different player to play these UMDs on your TV, besides having a PSP 2000 with the, with the AV connection connected to the TV, which was actually smart. I think Sony was about to. I think their intentions on the UMD format for movies is probably they will. My speculation again is probably that they will make a player for these to be hooked up to the TV to have a competition with DVD. That's my speculation why UMD exists. UMD movies exist. That's what I think. I mean, I may be wrong. Leave it in the comments if you think I'm wrong. But that's technically what I think it would be. I mean, why would they call it UMD for what fucking reason? I mean, they could have just called this the PSP disc, and they call it UMD. So there's probably something behind that they were probably made a separate player. So you actually buy this, plug it into your TV, a UMD player, plug it into your TV to watch movies on the UMD format. That's what I think UMD was supposed to be. And then they, PSP and, all that other stuff. So if you think my speculation's kind of smart, then yeah, I would think that will actually make more sense. But when they didn't come up with an idea about movies on the UMD, maybe they could just call it PSP movies or whatever. I'm sorry, calling it UMD. I don't know why they come up with the name. I mean, I don't know. But that's my speculations on UMD format. Now, here we go. Now, all that because we're talking about physical media, for heaven's sake, that's the topic of this live stream. Blu-ray. Yay, Blu-ray. That's combined with most Blu-rays come with DVDs. Why do they come with DVDs? That's a little trivia for you guys. Yeah, Blu-ray. Come up with a better name. That's all I gotta say about Blu-ray. No. Yeah, Blu-ray. Definitely a good format. Came out in 2003? 2002, 2003, wherever. I mean, that's when the HD DVD little bashing in the head. Yeah, Blu-ray. Pretty good format. Holds a lot more than DVDs. I think these hold about 50 gigs of storage. DVDs, hell, less than that. I think DVDs holds 8.5 gigabytes of storage, and then Blu-ray holds 50 gigabytes of storage. I may be wrong. But Blu-ray is full 1080p. Full 1080p. Amazing. Full 1080p. I don't know why nobody talks about 720p. But anyway, 480p resolution on a disc. Wow. 480p on a disc. That's insane. Guess what, you guys? There was a HD format on the disc one time ago. It was called It was called. What is it called? high vision laser discs, okay? Something that we never had in America. High vision laser discs. You guys heard of Laserdisc, right? Then you guys probably heard of high vision laser discs. Now, if you're Japanese, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you live in America, you have no fucking clue. Laser discs. Everybody heard of Laserdisc? Laser discs, you know, just giant ass freaking disc that you just went right into the player. Then you push it in, and then you know you throw it up on the screen. Laserdisc was analog, just to let you guys know. All because that was on a giant freaking disc does not mean it's digital. That was not the freaking case. Digital did not come in until DVD came out. And DVDs came out in 1995 for America. No, 1997. 1995, 1996, 1997. Somewhere around there. All right? Don't shoot me in the foot. So DVDs starting to come in, and then they made shit smaller. But with Laserdisc, it's just like this giant freaking record. I'm talking about the size of my fucking head. Probably a little bit bigger than my head. I have a small head, apparently. But really, really freaking huge, man. That was Laserdisc. Motherfucker was boom. It's such a big disc, but it only holds 30 minutes on each side. 30 minutes of full motion video on a disc that's the size of a record. 30 minutes. I don't have a Laserdisc. I have every other format, like you guys saw, you know, UMD, you know, CDs, you know, all that other Blu-ray. I want to get my hands on a Laserdisc. I don't know why. Yeah, Laserdisc is just like this giant freaking record, you know. It's everybody thought it was silver, they thought it was digital, but that no, that's not the case. It was analog video that was digital sound. Digital sound on Laserdisc did not come in until in the 90s. So back then it was analog to analog. But in the late 90s, early 2000s, it went from analog to digital. Yeah, I mean, Laserdisc is a whole different breed, whole different animal. And if you guys want to know more information, there's a bunch of YouTubers that's actually showing you. Probably they have a player and some discs and stuff like that that they could demonstrate it for you. You can look it up on the Wikipedia. But yeah, back to HD. Yeah, there was a format before Blu-ray. Like the beginning of HD. Let's go back to the 90s. Yes, HD started out in the 90s. HD was first off was an analog HD format. Analog. We're talking about analog again. So there was analog HD, and then it quickly just transitioned to digital HD, which that's what we have today. Yeah, analog HD. Good old times. Yeah, you know, with that giant freaking laser disc, chunk. I need to get my hands on it. I really, really do. I'm 32 years old, and Laserdisc was around in the 90s and early 2000s. Do you believe that Laserdisc was around in the early 2000s and late 90s? Knowing that we have DVDs. So back then in the 90s, what you could buy was a movie on DVD, VHS, Laserdisc, 3 different formats. It's technically what we have today. You know, we kind of have DVD, we kind of have Blu-ray, and we kind of have 4K. So it's kind of like the same scenario there. Yeah, when DVDs hit the scene back in the 90s, it was just revolutionary. Everybody knows that HD is just revolutionary, you know? 1920 across, 1080 down. Well, back then it was a different story. The resolution back then was a whole different ball game. It was not 1080 down. It was 1125 lines down. It sounds weird, doesn't it? It sounds a little higher than 1080p, doesn't it? No, that's analog. Display. 1125 lines, active lines, across a CRT TV. That was analog HD. And then we went to digital. And then digital hit the scene. And then digital, there was the first one that was 720p, which nobody fucking talks about. Poor 720p, man. Nobody talks about that motherfucker. Everybody just skips 720p and just goes to 1080p. Nobody gives a fuck about 720p back then. But if you actually think about it, 720p is still relevant nowadays. The reason why it's still relevant nowadays is that probably you got bad fucking internet connection on your phone. And if you hit this YouTube video, then you go to 1080p, guess what? It's not gonna look that great. I'm gonna be a little choppy, a little bit all fucked up. So if you actually go and change the quality to 720p, I'm gonna look HD, but the bandwidth is gonna be less low. So yeah, 720p still good video resolution. Just people just don't care for it enough. Poor 720p. Nobody really paid attention to 720p. Nobody paid attention to that video resolution because why have 720p if I have 1080p already? How good is your bandwidth? How good is your internet connection? Geez, I don't know. Most internet connections on phones is pretty shit sometimes. So what should I do? Go to 480p and down, or stick with 720p and get the best HD resolution on a phone? I'm picking 720p. So yeah, 720p is still relevant today. I mean, not in projection, but it's still relevant today. So when you see 720p on your phone, on YouTube, and you see 720p, but you really have bad connections, use 720p. Don't try to jack it up to 1080p thinking that you're gonna have the best video quality, because it's not gonna happen. Your motherfucking phone is gonna keep buffering and buffering and buffering and buffering, and you're gonna be so pissed off that you're just gonna throw your phone against the wall. So to a tech person, to another person that kind of knows some things about tech, if you're watching a YouTube video and you have crappy connection, stick with 720p. You're not going to be very disappointed. You kind of will be disappointed about the video quality, but the bandwidth you'll be okay. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's everything going for you? Is everything going good? Welcome to the live stream. And this live stream that we're actually talking about is physical media. I'm not going to retell everything, but yeah, we're now, when you popped in, I'm going to work. Okay, goodbye. So now what we're going to talk about is HD. So I already talked about the early adoptions of HD. 1,125 lines across on a CRT widescreen 16:9 TV. That is your HD. There was no 1080p, there was no 1080i, there was no 720p. 1,125 lines across. Now, a lot of people think that that's a lot of resolution. It's not. And then we get to the digital realm, and then we get to 720p, and then we get into 1080p. But people are missing one different type of format. 1080i. What is 1080i? 1080i is 1920 by 1080 down. What does the I stand for? The I stands for interlaced. So every single frame gets interlaced. And then they actually look blotchy. So whenever you see a fast scene in an interlace display, you're gonna see some blurriness. Who uses 1080i? Well, those are the same people that watches antenna on their TV set. Most over-the-air and TV broadcasts still use 720p and 1080i. But for today's standpoint about physical media and stuff like that, 1080i not around anymore. But if you're watching live TV through an antenna, you're technically watching 720p or 1080i. So yeah, that was early adoptions on HD. So yeah, I mean HD, 1080p, great format, Blu-ray, people still buy it. Yeah, keep buying Blu-rays. These things are actually pretty good. Now there's another format. Oh god damn it. Yeah, I'll take it out anyway. There's another format that was actually in the HD little war. What do you guys think that the war was? I mean, what was the format that actually fought with Blu-ray? Type it down. I want to know. I want to see if you guys know. I already know. I have it behind me. But who fought with Blu-ray back in the early 2000s and died pretty quickly? Yeah. Who fought against Blu-ray? They hit that giant format war. If somebody says VHS and Betamax, somebody has to slam your head against the wall. That's the 70s. We're talking about early 2000s here. The format that fought against Blu-ray is Blu-ray 3D. No, I'm just playing. I mean, this was an interesting format too. I mean, it did not last that long, but it was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, let's talk about Blu-ray 3D for a little bit. This is actually pretty relevant. Pretty good. Blu-ray 3D was actually pretty good. It actually was 3D. Not like that stupid DVD 3D bullshit that we used to have back in the 90s. They actually create a format that's actually fucking 3D. At least 3D. Really good, relevant 3D. Yeah. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty good format. But what's the problem with this format? You need a 3D player. You need a 3D TV. You need a TV with 3D glasses. So, yeah. Yeah, it was. So technically, this is just a money hog type of thing. Blu-ray 3D was actually just a money hog for the TV, for the movie studios, to the hardware manufacturers. This is just a money hog. Blu-ray 3D. All because it says Blu-ray on it. And this is one thing that always gets people. If it says Blu-ray on it, and then it says 3D, can I play this on my Blu-ray player? No, it's actually a whole different fucking format. Why? Why? I don't get why. Why? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It, from my eyes, it just doesn't make any sense. Yes, when Blu-ray 3D came out, the 3D revolution came back. Remember when 3D actually was a goddamn thing? 3D was actually a thing back in the 80s with Jaws 3D. Or if we want to go back a little bit farther, Creature from the Black Lagoon was actually in 3D. Cyan, you know, that red blue bullshit. But yeah, when 3D came back into the realm, everybody was it was just revolutionary. They came out with 3D TVs, curved 3D TV, curved fucking 3D TVs. Why the fuck curved? I want to get immersive into the movie. Really? Really? Come on. Give me a fucking break here. Wow, if I want to get immersive into the movie, I'm just gonna pull my fucking seat up farther. I don't need a curved screen. What am I in, a fucking Cinerama? Cinerama Dome? But yeah. Blu-ray 3D. Should I say it was an okay format of its time when 3D was starting to become a major hit? Everybody wanted a 3D TV. Everybody wanted those 3D glasses to watch a 3D movie. I want a big ass fucking snake with a big ass fucking tongue smacking me right in the fucking face. No, no, I do not. Um, but this one's a whole different story because this one is actually a pretty good movie. Um, Blu-ray 3D. Is there any movies that come out on this format anymore? Besides Avatar? Of course, James Cameron is always going to bring, you know, on 3D. Of course. I mean, Avatar 3D, it's made for 3D. But, is there any movie that actually does use the 3D format besides Toy Story and all this other shit? Let me know in the comments. But, yeah, Blu-ray 3D is another format that's just like, hey, it's cool at first, but is it really relevant? No. But at least it's in 1080p though. Okay. So. Oh shit. So yeah, I'll give you that much. Blu-ray 3D was okay. But let me show you the format that actually fought against Blu-ray. I have to get up for this. Alright, the format that fought against Blu-ray, HD DVD. Now, this was also another format that actually people got confused about. I got Saw on HD DVD. As you guys could tell that this is a overseas release because it says US Director's Cut. Camera's backwards, but it says US Director's Cut, HD DVD. Look at the language in the back. Can any of you guys read that? I think not. So HD DVD, the format that lost against Blu-ray. Poor Toshiba. You know, I mean, they really fucked the caboose on this one. But yeah, HD DVD. I see a lot of people collecting HD DVDs now. Why? Maybe because of nostalgia. Maybe because of this is just a really, really cheap format. HD DVD was created by the DVD people. The people who create DVDs came up with HD DVD. HD DVD, which a lot of people think it's called high definition digital video disc, which if you're talking about the movies like this, sure. But HD DVD is actually called high density digital versatile disc. It's not called high definition digital video disc. But when it comes to movies like this, when it comes to, you know, released movies like this, it's called high definition digital video disc. I mean, yeah, it has two names for it, but it really depends on how you kind of throw it out there. This format fought against Blu-ray. It definitely lost because HD DVD has lower capacity than Blu-ray. Blu-ray, it was definitely ahead of its time. This was not. Yeah, so there was just these two, just never mind. Um yeah, this format just got kicked in the ass and ran around a couple times in the parking lot. Blu-ray was just like, I'm the dominant one. And then that's what happened. Um no, that's not really how it happened, but that's what I thought it happened. Um Movie studios backed up one or the other. Hardware companies backed up one or the other. HD DVD was not a fail format. It is not a bad format. Everybody was just backing Blu-ray up because Blu-ray seems like it's more superior. And everybody said that Blu-ray had better HD 1080p visuals than HD DVD. I don't know. I don't fucking know. They both look good. Some of these movies actually have the same. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is over there. On HD DVD, and Charlie and Chocolate Factory on Blu-ray is over there. Okay, I'm not taking them out. But can if did you? How am I supposed to ask this? Um, did you guys really see a difference between HD DVD and Blu-ray when you saw it in the stores? I was too young to. I didn't even know that this actually existed. I'm 32 years old, so definitely this never happened in my brain. Um, so yeah, did you guys really see the differences between the two? Personally, for my standpoint of view, I kind of did not. When I bought the Blu-ray, when I bought Blu-ray, I was like, okay, 1080p, okay, freaking cool. And then when I heard about HD DVD, I was like, okay, a format that probably everybody longly forgot about, sadly. I think Toshiba's happy that you forgot about this. Um, but they were very disappointed that they lost $986 billion on the format. So yeah, I mean their investment did not come back now, did it? Um, did you guys really see the difference? I don't think I did. When I played this, and then my Blu-ray version of Saw, and then when I compared the two, now I know it's different. You know, Saw did not come out on. Did it come out on Blu-ray back in the day? I don't remember. Um, but do I see the difference between the 1080p content between the two formats? I don't really see a massive change. Like maybe the HD DVD was a little bit softer. I don't know. I mean, do you guys have you guys seen HD DVD and Blu-ray compared to each other? Like if you guys have both formats and then you compare them between the two, which one do you really see the best visuals? I I mean honestly, I think HD DVD. A lot of people wanted this to win. HD DVD. Wow, Toshiba, a company that doesn't know nothing about creating a format, and a lot of people was backing it up. Um, but I don't really see the massive difference. I see some YouTube like newscast about it, like, oh, people sees Blu-ray a little bit sharper 1080p than HD DVD, and then HD DVD is a little bit sharper than Blu-ray. It's 1080p for me. Like, if I want to really watch both of these, I will have to have two different displays. You know, two different displays. That means I will have to have two different fucking 1080p projectors, which I'm not spending more money on a projector. And I can't use this because that's a 720p. And 720p for 1080p. What the fuck is the point? So that means I will have to use my in focus 1080p, which is sitting right there, to compare between a HD DVD and Blu-ray, which I have done. You guys probably may hate me for saying this, but I don't care. I think HD DVD is a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe because I'm back in the DVD, forums and stuff like that. I don't know. But I think that HD DVD should have won this format. They should have. They should. So, yeah. So HD DVD, great format. I have nothing bad to say about it. I own a Panasonic Blu-ray player and a Toshiba HD DVD player. I use both of them. Even if I have the movie on Blu-ray, like I have this on Blu-ray. But sometimes it's good to pop in an HD DVD version every now and then. Because this one is just pretty good. So yeah. And a lot of people, when HD DVD came out, that they got really, really confused with the name. Right? Did you guys get really, really confused with the name? Like HD DVD. You see the DVD emblem or logo right there, right? A lot of people thought that when you buy an HD DVD, you could take this and put it into a standard DVD player. Tell me that's what you guys used to do. I bet you that's why you guys fucking freaked out. But yeah, HD DVD. I mean, great format. I mean, I have a few of them. This one is actually this is not my first HD DVD, but I got Seed of Chucky on HD DVD. And I just like the looks of it too. The look and sound are perfect. It's flipped for your side, but just trust me. It says the look and sound are perfect. That's just an awesome fucking tagline for a fucking format. Yeah, and if you guys saw my unboxing of this HD DVD on my channel, I kept the sticker though, which is really fucking cool. But yeah, this is a brand new HD DVD that I only watched once, and then in order to take advantages of your newly available features on your HD DVD disc, your DVD player. Your player must be updated with the latest firmware updates. I wanna go on the web, like the Internet Archives, and actually type that URL down. I want to see what the website looked like back in the day. Yeah, fucking see a Chucky on HD DVD. Do I need to upgrade the Blu-ray? No, this thing works. This is a recent HD DVD buy. There's a Born Supremacy. Yeah, it's just another one. I like how it's uniformed like that. And then later on in the HD DVD's life, it's just, look like a DVD bullet. But, yeah, everything was all uniformed. Now, the reason why this is all uniform, because this was Universal, so. Yeah, I mean, same deal. Same shit. Universal likes to make it look nicey. So, these are Universal discs. So you can actually tell on the back. They're all uniformed. They all look the same. Get that look and sound the perfect thing going on. And on the spine. So yeah. HD DVD. I think it's just an awesome format. I mean, I think that people should just buy HD DVDs just to give it a chance. Stay away from Warner Brothers. So if you're a Warner Brother guy or Warner Brother person, and then you want to collect HD DVDs, stay away from them because those things barely even works. But if you're a universal guy, then why the hell not? I mean, these things are just great. Um, yeah, I mean, give HD DVD a chance. I mean, it's a great format. Like, put your Blu-ray collection aside. Just buy 2 discs of HD DVD. Just buy 2 discs. It doesn't need to be a whole freaking thing that I have, um, which I don't have so much. But just put away your Blu-ray, buy yourself a cheap player off eBay, buy yourself some discs, and these could technically cost you like $1 a disc, because when each DVD died, they were technically selling these, technically giving them out for free. Um, so yeah, give HD DVD a shot. I think you guys will not be disappointed about this format. If you guys do have HD DVDs, keep them because yeah, it's just something great to just pop it into the player and just watch a movie. If you guys are really bored about just Blu-ray, yeah, just buy some HD DVDs. Why the hell not? These things are really cheap. And if you guys have not seen The Bourne Supremacy and you don't want to buy it on Blu-ray, I mean, this is the cheapest way to buy the movie too. Yeah, all I gotta say is just give HD DVD a shot. I mean, yeah, it's a dead format. They don't make movies for it. But hey, buy some movies and give it a shot. Why not? I mean, what? Some people sell this for 89 cents a movie, and the players people are selling it for like 100 or probably $80. So why not? I mean, why not just buy yourself some HD DVDs and enjoy what it was supposed to be back in the day? Yes, I'm back in HD DVD. Yeah, give this a shot. You guys will not be disappointed. Very cheap movies, and if it's some movies that you never watched before or want to rewatch it again, like The Bourne Supremacy. I know a lot of people hate Seed of Chucky. Don't watch it. But add it to your collection? Sure. I mean, if you guys like Saw, I love the movie Saw. Yeah, add this to your collection too. I mean, why not? What's it gonna hurt? Your back pocket? Your dollar signs? Again, really cheap to buy. Go ahead. Experiment with HD DVD. That's what I'm trying to say. These things are just amazing. Besides, Blu-ray is like the best format in the world, but just give the HD DVD a shot. I did, and I'm addicted to the fucker. So that was HD DVD. Now, the last format that I want to talk about is DVD, physical media. That's what that's what this whole thing is about. Physical media. I mean, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the world of physical media. Stop streaming everything. So DVD, digital versatile disc, or DVD digital video disc. It really depends. There's 2 names for it. DVD, which I got Saw 2 right here, still sealed, never gonna be opened. DVD, great format when it came out. I mean, everything went to digital beyond this point. DVD really changed the home revolution of digital media. DVD digital versatile disc. Now, yeah, it's called that. But people call it digital video disc, which that's not the real term. It's digital versatile disc. But really depends on what company you're talking to. So yeah, DVD. That's when 480p came into play, because before that was VHS. VHS was 480i. And if you really go back, it's 240i. Somewhere around there. This brought the digital media to your home. This came out with 5.1 surround sound. 5.1. 3 speakers up front, subwoofer, 2 in the back. So technically 5.1. 3 speakers up front, plus a sub, and then 2 rear speakers in the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 sub. That's how you determine what 5.1 is. Now, you can have 7.2. 7.2 came out when Blu-ray came out, so that's not until fucking later on. Hopefully that disc is still in the little spindle thing there. Hopefully. So DVD really changed the revolution of digital media. Hold on, I need to get it. Hold on. You know what? Starbucks should sponsor me, god damn it. So DVD really changed the way that digital media came into our lives. Like I said, before that there was VHS, video home system. Video home system. And then before that was Betamax. Betamax versus VHS. We all know where that went. You guys already know where DVD and Blu-ray came along. But if you actually think about it, there was no format war with DVD. Why? It's because DVD, everybody backed it. There was no format war when this came along. There was no format war when DVD came along. It's either you back this or you still go to VHS. That's it. There was no DVD versus this. It was this. Everybody backed it. And everybody made a whole fucking tons of money. So, yeah, DVD really changed the revolution of digital media coming to the home back in the 90s. Great format. I mean, it's better than VCD. I can tell you that. I mean, video compact disc. VCD is a whole different ballgame. I'll talk about that in another live stream or video. But yeah, DVD really changed the way that we watch movies in our home. Again, 5.1 surround sound. You know, we had so many choices with surround sound systems. And this definitely helped how to get that surround sound to your home. Now there was Laserdisc surround sound. But that was more a niche thing. Like surround sound on Laserdisc was like a whole different thing. It wasn't 5.1. It was, what was it? It was like 3-1 or something like that. I mean, I don't have Laserdisc, so I can't really explain what Laserdisc surround sound was. It was Dolby Digital. It was Dolby Surround, but it was 2 channels in the front and 1 in the rear. When DVD came out, this actually gave you 5.1 surround sound. So, 3 in the front, 2 in the back, 1 sub. Perfect. And another thing that actually blew everybody's mind back in the early 90s, late 90s, not early 90s, late 90s, was DVD came with bonus features. That was another reason why DVD was actually still a dominant format today. It come with fucking bonus features, which was actually freaking cool. You can watch behind the scenes. I know that there's some DVDs that actually came with games with it. I know some DVDs, you pop a DVD into your computer drive, and then you could download clips off the DVD. Remember that? Download clips and videos and pictures, just a whole bunch of stuff that you could do with DVD. DVD was an interactive format. It was a great format. It's still a great format. Let me tell you guys something. DVD is still the dominant format today. I know everybody's buying Blu-rays and 4Ks and stuff like that, but you gotta think about it. those things could be expensive. Each one of those discs could cost 20 to 30 bucks each. You could buy a DVD for almost like what, $15? So, yeah, that's the reason why that DVDs are still the dominant format. It's crazy. 1997 to now, DVDs are still the dominant format. And it actually it's still the dominant format. People still buy this thing. Either if it's old or new, if it's still having new movies released on the format, people are still going to buy this more than Blu-ray. Another reason why that people are still buying DVDs over Blu-ray and 4Ks is that DVD players have HDMI output anyway. So with DVD players, they could have an HDMI output, and then it could convert um, DVDs to HD. So I mean, do you really need to upgrade to Blu-ray and 4K and stuff like that? No. If you have DVD, stick with the format because it's great. It's a great format, and with DVD players nowadays, and the compression on DVDs today is way, 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 way less than DVDs when this release came out. This release came out in 2005. This is when DVDs was actually going up into the mainstream. So the compression on this DVD will be a lot more than the compression on DVDs that's been sold today. So beyond that point, people are still sticking with the format, and you know what? I will have to agree with them. They still do, because you could buy a DVD player with HDMI output. Uh, all DVD players can upconvert DVDs to 1080p anyway. So really, what's the point about buying Blu-ray if DVDs can be up converted to 1080p? And plus, the modern DVDs look so good that you really don't need a Blu-ray or 4K. Well, Blu-ray. You really don't need a Blu-ray. If the modern players and modern DVDs look superb, there's really no need to upgrade to Blu-ray. So, all right. So I can't. I wish I could keep going, rambling on and stuff like that. I mean, the thing that I was supposed to talk about beyond physical media was projectors over TVs and which one you should buy and stuff like that. Or if you guys have the money, buy both. But yeah, this is about an hour and 28 minutes. Um, yeah, I talked too long. I didn't even take a sip of my freaking coffee now, did I? So yeah, this live stream has been going on for an hour and 28 minutes. I talked about Blu-ray. I talked about HD DVD. I talked about Laserdisc, which I don't have. I talk about UMD. I talk about Blu-ray 3D. I talk about DVD. Hold on. I talked about DVD. I talked about Blu-ray. I talked about Blu-ray 3D. I talked about HD DVD. I talked about UMD. I talked about Laserdisc, which I don't have, which I want to get my hands on. And I talked about 4K Ultra HD. So those are the formats I have sitting right behind me. Hold on. DVD, Blu-ray, Blu-ray 3D, UMD, HD DVD, and 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen, I have 6 formats sitting behind me. Actually 7. I forgot one. Video Now, PVD. It's a kid's video format, which was, and the motherfucker was on a disc too. So, Video Now. I'll talk about that in the. I'll make a separate video on Video Now. It was quite the show. So I hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Please leave a like. Please subscribe. please hit that bell notifications. Hopefully that we hit four. Hopefully we hit 400 subscribers on this channel. Um, and if we did, congratulations to me. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about physical media and why I think that this is so much better than live streaming, and talk about physical media that I actually have, and talk about the history of resolution physical media. So yeah, this live stream has gone on for an hour and 30 minutes about talking about all that. So, I mean, I guess that's about it. Please leave a like, please subscribe, please hit that bell notifications if you guys want to talk about more about physical media and more about projectors and TVs. I had to get that video in. Um, I think I already made a video about that. Projectors versus TV. Yes, I did. I made a video about that. But I'll do an updated video on that. So, projectors over TVs, which one do you guys prefer? Leave it in the comments. And yeah, that's about it. So, you guys already know, you guys already saw, you guys already listened, and I highly appreciate 4 likes on this live stream. You guys have been great. Um, I'll be making more live streams on this channel, including on my DJ Kevin TV1 channel, which is my main channel. If you guys didn't subscribe to that, subscribe and hit that bell notifications on that channel. But also hit that bell and subscribe button on this channel as well. Because if you guys love physical media and display technology like projectors and TVs, then this is the channel for you. So hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you guys will get updates whenever I go live. I'll do just random lives here and there. Um, yeah. So I am going to head on out of here. It's 2:33 where I live. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video or next live stream if you guys want to tune in. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.